Hello fellow collectors, Frank M. TTM here, back with another TTM Success video. TTM stands for Through the Mail. Success autographs. I have 4 to share today for TTM. Number 140 to 143. Let's get right at it here. Hope you're having a good day. First we have here is a 2 for 2 in 107 days. Out of Richmond, Virginia, we have. For my hockey fans, we have Mr. Rod Langway on this 1986, 87 top. Oh, this is that's the 87, 88 tops, and we have the 86, 87 tops. He's an NHL Hall of Famer, Mr. Rod Langway. So this is Rodney Corey Langway. He was born May 3rd, 1957 in Taipei, Taiwan. He's 63 years young. Langway was born while his father, an American serviceman, was stationed in Taiwan, and he's the only NHL player to have been born there. He grew up locally here in Massachusetts. He grew up in Randolph, Massachusetts. And interestingly, he did not begin playing hockey until the age of 13 in 1970, aside for some pickup street hockey games with neighborhood boys. Mr. Langway was a 3-sport star at Randolph High School: baseball, football, and hockey. A 6'3" left-handed shooting defenseman, Langway was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens of the NHL in 1977 and also by the Birmingham Bulls of the World Hockey Association in the same year out of the University of New Hampshire. He played 1 season for the Bulls, 77-78, before joining the Canadiens for the 78-79 NHL season and winning the Stanley Cup with the Canadiens that season. He played 15 seasons in the NHL, 1978-93. First with the Canadiens for 4 seasons, then he played his final 11 seasons with the Washington Capitals. Coming to the Capitals in a blockbuster trade before the 82-83 season. It is thought that Langway saved the franchise from moving out of DC. They had not made the playoffs in their first 8 seasons in the league. After Langway's arrival, the Capitals competed in the postseason for every one of the 11 seasons that Langway was with the team. Following the trade, the Capitals named Langway their captain, which he held for the 11 seasons into his retirement after the 92-93 season. Langway's nickname was the Secretary of Defense. He was not a big scoring defenseman like Bobby Orr, but more of a traditional defender that defended the net rather than handled the puck. Though he may be remembered by Capitals fans for one big goal, a winning goal in overtime against the New York Rangers in the 1990 playoffs. It was the first goal he scored in the season. He had scored 0 goals for that entire 89-90 campaign. Some even joked that he'd not even scored in the team's inter-squad scrimmage, but his strong defense was what it was all about, but that was a big goal. During his career, Langway had 51 career goals, 5 in the postseason. It's 270 assists in 994 career games. He won the Norris Trophy as the NHL's top defender in both 83 and 84. His number 5 jersey was retired by the Washington Capitals in 97. He was inducted into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame in 1999. His career was crowned with his election to the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2002. And in 2012, he was inducted into the World Hockey Association Hall of Fame in the Legends of the Game category. Another interesting fact about Mr. Langway, he's one of the last players not to wear a helmet on the ice, which became a requirement in the NHL in 1979, though it was not a requirement for him and others who were signed before 1979, being grandfathered in. So looking quite nice here. Blue ink. I've been waiting for this for a while. Thank you so much. Nice to get a Hockey Hall of Famer here. Add to my Hall of Fame collection. Thank you so much, Mr. Langway. I do appreciate you signing my cards. Next in the box here, we have a 1-for-1 in just 6 days, no fee, out of Brockton, Massachusetts. We have Mr. Rick Cash. Some questions there he answered. I'll get to those in just a moment. Black ink with the 63 number inscribed on there. Quite appreciate that. We have Richard Francis Cash, born July 1st, 1945 in St. Louis, Missouri. He's 75 years young. Mr. Cash was a 6'5", 245-pound defensive end and defensive tackle in the NFL that played in 5 seasons, 68 to 73. This is a 1974 Topps card with the Patriots. He played with 1 season with Atlanta Falcons, 2 seasons with the Los Angeles Rams, and 2 seasons with my home team, New England Patriots, 72 and 73. He was first selected by the Green Bay Packers in the 10th round of the 1968 NFL Draft out of the Northeast Missouri State University. He was scooped up by the Falcons from the waiver wire during the 68 preseason. He was traded to the Rams prior to the 1969 season, and then season in which the Rams won the division with an 11-3 record, losing in the first round of the playoffs 23-20 to the Minnesota Vikings. The only time in Mr. Cash's short career he made the postseason. He came to the New England Patriots in 1972, along with LA's number 1 draft choice in 1973 for defensive end Fred Dreyer. So Mr. Cash, coming to the Patriots, played in 28 consecutive regular season games. After coming to the Patriots, was named the special teams captain in 1972 and was sacked the quarterback 4 times in 1973, a year which he was the defensive captain, and 64 career games, 35 of them starts. He had 5 career fumble recoveries. Rick also played a year in the World Football League for the Philadelphia Bell and the San Antonio Wings in 1974. So he did answer a few questions, which I always do appreciate. Ask him, Mr. Cash, who was your favorite NFL teammate? We have Roman Gabriel, who was a quarterback, played with Cash during 2 seasons with the LA Rams, and Deacon Jones, a defensive end who played with the 2 seasons with the Rams with Mr. Cash as well. And I ask you, what was the most memorable tackle of your career? Tackling OJ for a 5-yard loss. So this tackle likely happened with the Patriots, as that's the only time he played the Buffalo Bills, and he sacked Joe Namath. 2 very satisfying tackles there. This likely happened. I was doing a little research with the Pats on Sunday, October 29, 1972. At Shea Stadium in New York, as Namath was sacked twice in that game while beating the Patriots 34-10. Cash's sack of Namath was just one of 109 times that Namath was sacked in his NFL career. Comparatively, Brady has been sacked over 500 times, so that's pretty impressive. He was one of the guys, and according to the Patriots alumni website, Mr. Cash is currently serving as the athletic director for Scituate High School in Scituate, Massachusetts. Not sure if that's still the case, but he was at the time of that was written, and he lives in Plymouth, Massachusetts. So thank you so much, Mr. Cash. I do appreciate it. Got a vintage Patriots for the PC. I'm trying to get some of those old-time football players too, so thank you, Mr. Cash. Do appreciate it. Next in the box here, we have a 1-for-1 in 8 days. The $5 donation out of Los Angeles, California. We have Mr. Mudcat Grant. We have him here in the 1960 Topps. And this is Jim Grant, nickname Mudcat. Blue ink there with his nickname as well. This is James Timothy Grant, born August 13th, 1935, Loco, Florida. He's 85 years young. Loco was a lumber town at the time, about 40 miles north of Tampa. Young Jim was a 3-sport star at Moore Academy in nearby Dade City, Florida. Football, basketball, and baseball. His father, James Grant Sr., died when he was just 2 years old, leaving his mother, Viola, to raise 7 children. After high school, young Jim earned athletic scholarships to Florida A&M University to play football and baseball. But Grant left Florida A&M during his sophomore year because of financial constraints on the family. He took a job as a carpenter's helper while he lived with relatives in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, on Florida's Atlantic coast. But Cleveland Indian scout Fred Merkel, who scouted Grant as a senior high school, tracked down Grant when he heard he left Texas A&M and signed the young pitcher as an amateur free agent of the club before the 1954 season. He got the nickname Mudcat while trying out at the minor league camp in Daytona Beach. For some reason, another player called him Mudcat because he thought he was from Mississippi. Young Jen didn't pay much attention to it, but the old Yankee pitcher Red Ruffin was the coach in charge of making the minor league assignments. When he read off the names in the fields where the players were to report, he called out Mudcat Grant. Grant thought they were calling another Grant in camp. When he realized it was him, he was calling, he corrected the coach. But by then, the name stuck like mud. Early in his career, in the first couple of years, he was roommate with his boyhood idol, first African-American player in the American League, Larry Doby, who apparently in another story would say to him, "You're ugly as a Mississippi mudcat." So, Mudcat was a 6'1", 186-pound right-handed pitcher that played 14 seasons in the majors, 58 to 71. Played 6.5 seasons with the Cleveland Indians, 3.5 with the Minnesota Twins. Played a season with the Los Angeles Dodgers, half season with the Montreal Expos and St. Louis Cardinals, and had 2 short stints with the Oakland Athletics. And played parts of 2 seasons with the Pittsburgh Pirates near the end of his career. He was one of the first black pitchers to become a major league star. Just over half of his appearances were starts. It was a career at 145 and 119 with a 3.63 ERA, appearing in 571 games, 293 of them starts. Most of his relief appearances came near end of his career when he recorded most of his 54 saves. He reached his peak in 1965 when he recorded a league-leading 21 wins to 7 losses with the Minnesota Twins, with 2 additional wins in the 1965 World Series with the Twins. He also posted a league-leading 6 shutouts that season and made his second of his 2 career All-Star games that year. Mr. Grant is the uncle of former Philadelphia outfielder Dominic Brown, who played around the early 2010s. In recent years, Grant has dedicated himself to studying and promoting the history of blacks in baseball. In 2007, Grant released the Black Aces, baseball's only African-American 20-game winners, featuring chapters on each of the black pitchers to have at least one 21 season, and also featuring Negro League players that Mudcat felt would have been 20-game winners if they were allowed to play. Sounds like an interesting book. Would have to pick that up sometime. Grant was inducted into the Baseball Recolly Shrine of Internals in 2012, and butchering words here, and is awarded the Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters from Whittier College in 2016. So, happy to get Mr. Grant back here. Appreciate it very much, Mr. Mudcat Grant. Last but not least here, we have a 2 for 2 in 29 days out of South Jersey, New Jersey. $10 donation. Along with this, we have Mr. Irvin Fry here on this 1991 Flair Ultra, and we also have it on the 1991 Pro Line card. This is Irvin Dale Fryer Sr. He was born September 28th, 1962 in Mount Holly Township, New Jersey. 58. He played football at Cocos Valley Regional High School and attended University of Nebraska High School, where he was an All-American in 1983, playing alongside Heisman Trophy winner running back Mike Rozier and Heisman finalist Turner Gill, quarterback. The trio led Nebraska to their Orange Bowl appearance in 1982 and in 1983, an Orange Bowl victory. Fry was the second wide receiver to be drafted first overall in the NFL draft when the New England Patriots made him the top selection in the 1984 draft. The 6 foot tall, 200-pound Fry played 17 seasons, 1984-2000 in the NFL, with 10 of his first seasons were the New England Patriots. He played 3 seasons with the Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles and finished his career with 2 seasons with the Redskins. He was selected to 5 Pro Bowls during his career, his first with the New England Patriots in '85, the season that the improbable Patriots made the playoffs as in a wild card, played the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl. Fryer scored the Pats' only touchdown in the 46-10 loss. Fryer had his first 1,000-yard season at the age of 29 with the Patriots. He went on to achieve that mark 4 more times, twice with the Eagles and twice with the Dolphins. He played 255 career games, interestingly the most ever for a New Jersey game player. You know, those New Jersey-born players don't play a lot of games. I don't know, just joking. But he was the most for a New Jersey-born player apparently in the NFL, in which he was caught 851 passes for 12,785 yards and 84 touchdowns, along with 1 rushing, 3 punt return touchdowns. He had a total of 15,594 all-purpose yards in his career. He holds some records. He holds a record for touchdown receptions for 19 different passers. He caught passes for 19 different quarterbacks during his career, 9 of them with the Patriots. He was the first player to record a touchdown in 17 consecutive seasons, which was broken by Jerry Rice, who had up with 20 consecutive seasons with touchdown reception. He currently serves as a pastor for the New Jerusalem House of God in his hometown of Mount Holly, which the donation goes to, that I put in there. So nice to get a Patriots player back here. Thank you so much, Mr. Fryer. Like that there in black ink with the number inscribed on there. Quite cool, number 80. I want to thank Mr. Langway here, Mr. Cash, Mr. Mudcat Grant, Mr. Irvin Fry. I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate you all joining me today. Hope you're well. I'm trying to do 4 at a time here. I have 4 more to share with you, so keep your eyes open for the next day or 2. I'm going to do another one with a really good one for my PC, so keep your eyes for that. So thank you for joining me. Take care. God bless. Peace.